Alright guys, we're at the end of the RCMojo TT-01E build. All that's left is to finish the body, which actually took longer to do than it took to build the chassis. But that's to be expected with so many decals. Right, we prepared the body in the last video, so we're ready to paint. Keep the coats light and don't get too close with the spray can or you'll get runs, which look pretty awful, especially with metallic paint. I'm waiting a good 15 to 20 minutes between the coats. Too soon and again you'll get runs in the paint. Every so often hold the body up to the sun to check the paint is going on evenly. Once you have enough paint on the shell, leave it overnight before doing any more. While the paint's drying, it's a good time to detail the light buckets, probably the trickiest part of the build. Use a small brush to paint the bits shown in the instructions black. They should look something like this when done. Now the rear light buckets get red decals and double-sided foam goes on for mounting. Okay, so it's a day later and it's time to peel off the masks. Use a knife to lift a corner, then pull the mask off. Before any decals go on, it's a good time to fit the buckets as it's easier to see what you're doing. Be careful here as you will only get one shot. Offer them up gradually and press the foam to make sure they're stuck. Okay, now the fun bit, dozens of decals. Peel the overspray film back as far as the front window, no further as we want to avoid dust settling where the window decals go. Most decals are straightforward, no special attention really, just try not to touch the sticky side too much. The large decals, however, can be interesting to get straight without bubbles. There are several techniques and this is mine. First, cut the decal out as close to the decal as you can, then peel back part of the decal and cut the backing off. Position the decal on the body and press the exposed bit down. Next, gradually peel the decal from the backing while pressing the decal to the body and squeezing out any air. You should be left with a well-positioned, bubble-free decal. Since there's quite a few decals, this is sped way up. A few are even done off camera. Madness. But it's also a bit like some sort of meditation once you get going. Now the plastic body parts get fitted. The O-ring and body clips are a bit fiddly, so be careful not to scratch the paint. Onto the last part now, fitting the LED driver. Don't cover the whole of the bottom with tape or the roof of the shell will end up with a flat spot. Instead, put 4 small strips on, this will minimise any distortion. The LEDs get connected up, then the aluminium clips go on to keep the wires tidy. The adapter goes between the battery and the ESC. We will be looking at neatening this up in a later video. And if all has gone well, you should get light when you switch it on. I like to put squares of foam on the body posts for the body to sit on, so the clips don't scratch the paint. that battery cable is daft. Anyway, it makes it much easier to get the clips on and off if you bend up the loop on the body clips, something to get hold of. Right, well, that's about it for the stock build. The chassis is ridiculously simple to put together with only basic tools needed. The body, however, wasn't so easy. If I were to do it again, I'd mask off and paint the silver and white back end. There is of course more to come as we upgrade handling, strength and of course speed. So stay tuned. And don't forget to check out RCMojo.com where you can read more in detail articles and look at all the pretty pictures.